A U.S. citizen and employee of the Commerce Department's Patent and Trademark Office has been blocked from leaving China after traveling there to visit family. The individual, a Chinese American, reportedly failed to disclose his government employment on his visa application, which Chinese authorities have used as grounds to impose an exit ban, a policy increasingly criticized by the U.S. government as coercive and opaque. The case underscores broader concerns over China's use of exit bans on both Chinese nationals and foreigners, often without formal charges or clear legal processes. This development comes at a delicate time in U.S.-China relations, amid rising geopolitical tensions and ongoing trade disputes. Although President Trump has maintained a publicly amicable tone toward Chinese President Xi Jinping, Washington has grown increasingly alarmed by what it views as China's use of hostage diplomacy, detaining or restricting the movement of foreign nationals, especially Americans, to serve political or diplomatic ends. The Commerce Department referred questions to the State Department, which declined to comment on the specific case, but reiterated that the safety of U.S. citizens overseas remains a top priority. The State Department also criticized the arbitrary and non-transparent nature of China's exit bans, emphasizing how they complicate diplomatic relations and potentially violate international norms. Unlike formal detentions or indictments, exit bans in China require minimal legal justification. They can be issued by local courts even in civil or business-related disputes, and not necessarily by law enforcement. Once under an exit ban, individuals may still move freely within China and meet with consular officials, but they are closely monitored and cannot depart the country. Many of these cases drag on for months or years, often without resolution or due process. The Commerce Department employee's case is especially sensitive due to his status as a U.S. government official, even though his trip to China was reportedly personal. Such instances of government workers becoming entangled in foreign legal disputes are rare and raise the stakes for U.S. diplomatic intervention. Representative John Moolenaar, chair of the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party, condemned the action as another example of the CCP's use of coercion, labeling it unacceptable. In a separate and similarly concerning incident, Chen Yue Mao, a U.S.-based managing director at Wells Fargo and a Shanghai-born U.S. citizen, was also recently subjected to an exit ban after entering China for business. The bank has since suspended all employee travel to China and is working through diplomatic channels to secure her release. Her case has further inflamed fears among foreign businesses about the risks of operating in China, especially concerning staff safety and freedom of movement. Exit bans have also affected citizens of other countries, including Canada and Japan, often in the context of business or political tensions. A 2022 study documented at least 128 known cases of foreigners facing exit bans in China between 1995 and 2019, including 29 Americans. Non-profit organizations like Safeguard Defenders estimate that tens of thousands of individuals, mostly Chinese but also foreigners, are currently subject to such restrictions. China's foreign ministry has responded by affirming that the country welcomes foreign visitors and guarantees their rights under Chinese law, but insists that all foreign nationals must respect those laws. However, critics point to the arbitrary enforcement and lack of legal transparency as major flaws in the system. They also note that China does not recognize dual citizenship, meaning that ethnic Chinese Americans are considered Chinese nationals in the eyes of Chinese law, exposing them to additional vulnerabilities. Amid these concerns, U.S. officials and business leaders are re-evaluating the safety of travel to China. The U.S. State Department updated its travel advisory in November 2024, warning citizens to exercise increased caution due to the arbitrary enforcement of local laws, including exit bans. While some professional advisors say travel has become safer in recent years for those not specifically targeted, incidents like these continue to cast a long shadow over U.S.-China relations and foreign investment in the region. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.